So here is one muzzleloader doe down. Excited about that. I've got another one that's a little bit smaller that was with it that's over there. This can't see because it's all black, but on the other side of these trees there's another field. And yeah, my son also shot one tonight too with a crossbow. So all in all, we had a pretty good night. Okay. All right, so had a successful night. I managed to get 2 does with the muzzleloader. My son got one with a crossbow. But I just want to show you this quick pro tip here, or at least something I like to do. So prior to hanging, if you're doing this method, it's way easier if you go ahead and just cut this in before you actually hang it. And I'll explain why in just a second. So if you've ever done the hanging thing where, you know, you cut that tenon in and then you hang it up, you run into the problem where you're trying to like cut around it when it's hanging up on that piece of metal. So it's always a lot easier if you just take this little flap here, cut it out the way prior to hanging it, and then you can just hang it up and continue on with your cutting. You don't have to worry about trying to work around that and possibly cutting into that tenon right there. See? So that makes it just a lot easier, a little bit simpler in the processing phase. There you go. See, now I can just hang it up and I don't have to try to work around this. I can just start ripping. Good stuff. Alrighty, so we're out this evening. I was using my CVA Wolf muzzleloader. You shooting Aerolites out of it using the IMR White Hots as well as the Federal 209 primers. I absolutely love this muzzleloader. This is like an entry-level budget muzzleloader, and I tell you what, I've put more deer down with this than I have with my rifles, with my compound bow, with my crossbows. I love that week of muzzleloader season. This is only the first day we went out too. I'm maybe going out a few more days, got some more doe tags to fill, which is great for the farmers here because the name of the game on that property is doe control. So really excited about that, but just thought I'd share this. If you're interested in a muzzleloader, CVA Wolf is a great way to get into it. And in fact, I think they actually, I know they still sell the version 1, just called the Wolf, but they also have CVA V2, which has adjustable length of pull and some other features, but you should go check it out. All right, y'all, we're back. It's the following morning. Last night, it was very run and gun style processing. What I mean by that is it's unseasonably warm for Pennsylvania right now. It was yesterday. We had a weird front come through and it bumped it up to like the mid 70s. We actually have a front coming back through today that's supposed to bring it back down to like the 50s where it should be at. So me processing these deer was very much, you know, trying to do it very quickly because it was hot, but I did maximize my meat. I got my pile of stuff here down right below me. I'm not going to show you that, but I am pretty excited. Got 2 coolers, ice bath and everything now, but got 2 coolers of deer meat. So my wife's out doing some errands this morning with the kids. She said she wanted some deer steaks when she gets home, so that's what we're going to work on. But yeah, I was up till about 3 o'clock last night. I didn't actually start processing until maybe 11, and I had to skin everything, get everything cut up, tried cleaning stuff up, so it took a little while, but very tired. So ready to get these steaks set up and then maybe take a nap for the day. Alrighty, good morning. Just following up here. It's still muzzleloader season. Been crazy couple days. We had a super nice opener, as you've probably seen at this point for some of the other stuff I posted. We got out day 1 and managed to harvest 3 does. So between working my normal job, family life, and trying to hunt, I've been trying to get those things processed. Got them mostly done. They're in a cooler right now. I'm just letting them sit out there and do a little wet aging. But I'm about to clean this out though, because I I am going to be going back out to the field today. Originally I took today's Wednesday off. Took Wednesday and Thursday off, because usually during the muzzleloader season, you know, it's not always the case where we harvest 3 deer right up front. So I'm going to be going out today, and instead of doing a lot of hunting, I'm actually going to be doing some stand maintenance, because I've got one stand that I don't know if the tree moved or maybe another hunter got in it. Not sure what happened, but it's shifted and it's really not sitting in a very comfortable position. So we want to get that moved and fixed. I've also got a second spot on the same property. I've got a stand out there that's actually just been laying on the ground since last year. The farmers like us to, you know, get them off the trees so they don't kill the trees over the off season. So it's just been sitting there. I haven't really had a chance to set it up. So I'm gonna get out and get that set up. In fact, there's already one, a super old one that's growing into a tree. I'm gonna actually butt it up against the back of the tree, because this one has like a shooting rest, the one I got laying down. That way I can get one of my kids in that stand, and I can sit in the one right next to them and, you know, kind of guide them and walk them through it. But yeah, like I said, I'm about to get this CVA Wolf cleaned out and get myself ready to get in the woods, because I'm going to bring this with me today, because, you know, let's face it, if I see any does, you know, I'm not going to hesitate to shoot them. But I did want to share this real quick. So these are the Powerbelts. They're actually the what they call the Aerolites right there, and I'm shooting these in 300 grain. These are phenomenal bullets. I love these. For what I'm shooting, how I'm shooting, the range I'm shooting at, they're perfect. Here's one I just unloaded because I did have a load packed in there, but really great. They got this polymer tip, and one thing I like about these, because I was using the other ones, I forget what they call those. Same company that makes them, they're just made a little differently. They when they hit, you know, they expand like huge, like a traditional, like, you know, 30-06 bullet or 308 or whatever. And a lot of times with the other bullets, if I was shooting anything really past like 70 yards, I get a good impact wound. You know, the deer sometimes would just drop. Sometimes they didn't drop right away. They ran off, and then they would roll over and die. So sometimes when that would happen, tracking them was hard, because again, they didn't just hit and pass all the way through. I mean, I could load a magnum load in this, I guess, and that would change that. But these don't expand as much, which a lot of people would say, oh, well, that's, you know, not good. You don't want that. But the impact trauma is still there. These things hit, and a lot of times these will pass through. They'll expand kind of towards the tail end. I'd like to see a ballistics gel on kind of how these things expand, the Aerolites, but it seems like since I started shooting these, they pass through. So a lot more times than not, I end up with a wound trail or blood trail. That way I can, you know, find what I'm trying to find a lot easier. I mean, it's not been too much of an issue, because usually they die within, like, you know, whatever, 30, 40 yards where I'm shooting at. But still, these I like a lot. I really, really like them. And again, you can load these up with a magnum load. On this CVA Wolf, I am also shooting the IMR White Hots. These seem to ignite really, really well, and I get a lot of consistency with my shots out of these, it seems like. So, but anyways, I'll throw up some video here in a bit once I get out in the field, start messing with those tree stands, and hopefully get a shot at something too while I'm out there. Maybe I'll just have a deer stumble into me while I'm working. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so you can see there's a stand there. That's the tree. I'm gonna set this one up on. This one's got a shooting rest. I'm gonna set it up next to that stand so we have a nice big shooting lane over this field here. This stand is already there, and it's actually grown into the tree, so there's no removing it. But with that one, you got a nice little shooting lane through this corridor here. See up there, but you also can shoot across this field, which is where I harvested 2 does at the other night. So I'm gonna work on getting that, like I said, tucked in there. That way I can take my sons out. I can have maybe him out this weekend with the muzzleloader sitting in this one, again, overlooking this area. And I can be sitting there guiding him and looking over the other field. Alright, so I got this primal tree stand set up. This thing actually has a lot more ladder segments. I'm kind of adjusting stuff as I'm going, make it short enough to fit there, but we're putting it right up against that one. Like I said, it should get me and my kids a good opportunity to hunt both sides of this field here. On either side of the tree line. Apologize for the wind. This muzzleloader back here. This is going to be a hassle getting it in. I made a trail on the other side so that we can get up the ladder. But I got to kind of push through this stuff to get it in there. Alrighty, that's it. So I got that set up. Like I said, I'll be able to sit right behind my son. Should be good to go. I'm gonna get up there with some snips, trim up some branches, and then move on to my next project today. Alright, so this is my second tree stand I needed to mess with today. Problem here is this one already set up, but for some reason it shifted, so it's kind of like tilting forward, which is uncomfortable and also unsafe. So I'm going to get up there, see if I can't maybe loosen the straps and pull the ladder out a little bit, maybe get it to slide down and level out some more. But yeah, we'll just kind of play with that and see where we get with it. But I'm not going to undo the strap totally, I just need to loosen it up a little bit, like I said, to give it some slack. A little nerve-wracking. back here and see if I can tell if that's level or not. Definitely looks better than what it was. The only way to find out by getting up there. Oh yeah. A lot better. All right. Yeah, that was a pretty quick fix. Nice and level now, and I feel confident sitting in it. Like I said, I'm not sure what happened. I put this thing up, came out to hunt out of it, and it was like leaning forward real bad. I'm not sure why. I mean, it was a little bit when I set it up, and I was like, I'll fix that later, but like, it was real bad when I came out to hunt. So I'm not sure why it got so out of whack, but yeah, we should be good to go now. So again, that's a double stand, so that'd be perfect for getting in there with me and one of my kiddos, and if all goes well, trying to see if we can't harvest out some animals. So, and I got the spot here. I've already shown them in some other videos, but got a camera set up right there. Got some rubbing going on that little tree. There's another rub on the other side. Got a lot of deer coming in through here. And actually, got one real nice buck. I don't know what size it is, hard to tell by video, but pretty decent size. Pretty happy about it. It's probably the biggest one I've seen out here so far this season. But all right, we're good to go. So I'm gonna go hike around a little bit, maybe make myself comfortable somewhere, see if I can't shoot something for a little bit here, and head home. I got deer meat to process from the last time. Also trying to get all these little burrs off of a whole bunch of those.